Hey, this is Michael with Top Dasher for Beginners. I want to be able to help everyone out there that's looking to make as much money as possible with DoorDash and be able to provide tips and tricks and how-to videos to be able to help people maximize their time and be able to make as much money as possible, especially during this COVID time. Being your own boss is a big deal, and be able to set your hours and make as much money as possible. So consider subscribing and liking the videos so that more people can get some advice on how to be a top dasher during COVID-19 times. So here's an example of an order that it would normally be declined, but if you're trying to be a top dasher, this is something that you want to take a look at more in detail and to see if it's worth accepting rather than declining. And so this is a really on the fence, borderline order, whether it's worth it or not. It's actually close to 50 cents per mile, which is normally not a really great order to accept. However, when you're trying to be a top dasher, you need to have a higher acceptance rating. And so especially if you're getting lower, closer to that 70%, you want to accept this order just to increase that acceptance rating. But there's also some other good reasons. Knowing your area, this is going to be able to tell is it mostly freeway, so it's going to be nice and fast. Do you know if there's traffic along that way? It's going to depend on the time of day. And so knowing your territory, you're going to know if it's going to be a quick and easy delivery, or is it mostly side streets? Is there a lot of traffic at that time of day? And so there's a lot to look at. But one of the most important things to know if you need to, if you're on the fence of accepting this order, is if it ends in your territory. And so if you accept an order that ends in your territory, you don't have to drive back to be able to accept a new order. So really, really consider that, because declining more orders, you're going to dip below that 70%, and you won't be able to stay a top dasher. Like I said, if you're not being a top dasher, decline this order, look for something closer with higher pay, no problem. But if you're trying to be a top dasher, this is one that you would want to be able to keep and increase that acceptance rating. And so not only your acceptance rating going up, but accepting an order like this is going to stay in your territory. You don't have to drive back into your territory to get a new order. So that's one of the biggest things, is if it's less than $1 per mile and it doesn't seem like it's worth it, is that order the destination? Is it going to go out of your territory where it's going to take longer to get back in, or is it staying in your territory and allowing you to get an order right away when it's done? I've got another video coming up to show you exactly how this works. I had 2 orders in a row, and I actually show the time of when I got the first order, when I delivered it, and when I got the next order, to show that it is worth taking these bigger, longer drives if you're trying to be a top dasher, because you'll get the order. A lot of times these longer drives, that order is ready right away, so there's not any waiting. Last night I actually had an order that I had to wait nearly half an hour because they were busy. And so if you're looking for an order that is longer distance, a lot of times that is going to be declined by other drivers and it'll be ready. And so really consider accepting something that's a little bit longer, possibly less than $1 per mile, because 1, it's going to increase your acceptance rating. 2, it's going to be in your territory, and if you know your territory, number 3 is it's going to be easy to get to it, whether it's freeways all the way, maybe it's less traffic at a certain time. And so those 3 reasons is why you'd want to accept an order like this instead of declining an order like this. And so you got to really be careful knowing what you can and cannot accept to be able to keep that acceptance rating up and keep your top dasher status. All right, hope that helps.